I'm back, and I'm excited because it finally seems like things are happening. Actual things. And I've also learned things. I've gotten better. Supposedly. Maybe. Probably. Well, not intermission. There we go. Maybe I ought to extend the transition timer longer to account for the loading. But at any rate, since last played, I gave the Red Mage and Samurai classes a try. Red Mage, I do not understand still. Samurai, much easier to understand. I like that. It will probably be my primary DPS class for the foreseeable future, at least until I get the... What is it, the Machinist? That uses the guns? Because that one looks fun, too. And if you'll have to forgive me, I don't feel like doing the silly missions at the moment with the whole Manderville stuff, because Midge just got introduced, and if I remember correctly from watching Gray's streams, that means that Nidhogg is about to enter the picture, and that means Heavensward. Which means finally, an expansion, decent experience points, and possibly the chance to actually get to those Paladin class quests that it's been withholding from me. My guess is because they were introduced with the expansion and have just not been allowing me to do yet. But first I need to do something here. Let's see. It was... There we go. There we go. That's what I need. So now I can swap to this class without getting naked. I also have a new sword and shield that I bought off the player market. And I don't have to glamour it because it already looks pretty nice on its own. There is a base in Mordona they call the Rising Stones. Praise the 12 that you're hale and whole. Always am, and quite frankly, I'm getting a little tired of hearing that. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Amaric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it. Then I would hear your report. Wrong! You will not hear it, because I don't speak. You conversed with Midgar, Somer. That was it. It was the Sormer that kept throwing me off. I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and more rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Amaric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Sormer in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. They've also been executed for less, but, you know, that was a spy anyway. For your own protection, for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Amaric's emissary... Emissary? Emeric. Just completely ruined it. You may leave that to me. Pray, remain here for now. Yes, because you've always been the diplomatic one. Is there something you are not telling us? You seem different somehow. It's almost as if you are missing something. Something important. Well, it's something only you could understand. 12 for Fend! Midgard Sommer stripped you of the blessing of light? Are you alright? How do you feel? Well, I don't feel quite as light on my toes as I used to. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Sormer made mention of a covenant, did he not? Yeah, it was something about, wart, kill all humans, find the rings. The blessed rings. One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Fall states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the great worm. Althik and Nemea, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Sormer ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Look, so long as I can still cut and slash and block, that's fine. In fact, I'll be looking forward to not having headaches for a while. Oh, hello. Hello, Spyro. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? A man chooses, a slave obeys. What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? I wonder if he realizes how unthreatening he looks like that. He's like, he's so tiny, I just want to squish his little head.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived.
Audio messing. Well, it's not like he moved all that much.
For your preservation, it is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature.
Do they have physical defenses as well?
Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different.
Ooh, that's overconfidence for you.
And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises.
Nah, he didn't seem like the kind of guy.
I must away.
I don't think he could carry a tune in a bucket. Her armor's cool.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Because Great Worm. Wish the camera would stop doing that. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be... More water. Tip the head back so it gets the back of the throat. And what? Oh, the lighting on my model was just getting weird as all. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgard Sommer who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Ere I forget, I believe Mon Breda has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Apparently it's not advancing as quickly as I'd hoped. Ugh. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? I kind of wish it would just take me with her.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Honestly, it feels like there's a whole powder keg about to go off.
I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. An Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white Eorzea has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Because if they're just able to break out of it, then what's the point?
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
And we just can't go up and ask.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White Eorzea can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white Eorzea cannot store ether for long periods?
Yeah, I feel deja vu too, but not for the reason you have.
Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Already forgotten.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
Boomerang.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Have you never heard of jewelry?
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
What makes you think it'll be just one person?
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
You mean all the crystals that have just sprung up around the entire place?
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land?
Oh, that's what she means.
Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
Sounds like fixing an energy crisis, honestly. You could call it the Shinra method.
I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
Well, it's all conjecture at this point, isn't it?
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't.
Thancred
with your
certainly
permission,
doesn't.
I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
I have no idea what you're asking.
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength.
Yes?
Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the
there's the number
resources
again.
to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
Which means me.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals.
Inveigle?
Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go.
Inveigled.
Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arceans will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support.
Of course.
Thancred and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Y'shtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white Orsite.
Thank you, Eorzea. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
And kill without light. Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Screw that, I want progress. Though I wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ulda. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Just be wary of that spy. Your duties take you to Northern Thanalan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flamen travels to Ulda, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Acilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Ulda has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah! Woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, my lady. Hoo-da-haw! I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way, then? He's gutsy, if nothing else. Good luck to you, Flamen. Consider that a boredom yawn. Give me the dragons, I want to kill the dragons. Eyelashes. Ooh. That solved nothing. I don't know, maybe it helped. Maybe I should go inside. Ah, here we are. So, Wilred, how well read are you? Commander sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Almaja. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's Push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could be marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Remember, I gotta think about that mole. If you think this is a mole, then you're dumber than you look. See, that's what I want. Push me over. Are you getting enough oxygen? Private Thane, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times? Stay a while and listen. But I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draftsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this. Well, you see, that's because he looks like a Kubaz. I have faith that our men were able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts will bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial army. I would once again ask for your aid. We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance support that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. Apply directly to the forehead. I have apprised your fellow Scions of the situation, and I'm heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray return to Lieutenant... Oh, this is not good. These could develop into super yawns. Lieutenant Alion, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Oh, did I never really talk to this guy? It's only 27 minutes in, not even 30. Far too soon for the Mountain Dew. Glad to have us Glad to have you with us. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridianum. Their main column assembles to the north near Dalamud's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wished you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilberd. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the 4th should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The 3rd was getting restless, holed up in Ulda, so I marched them out here to fulfill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye, it would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course, indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scions shall join the 4th and give battle to this main column. You're with the 3rd then, Warrior of Light. Please don't use that title anymore. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yuyu Hase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Hase? Oh, she's an axe lady. That's impressive. It's somehow fitting. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. My goodness, I'm falling apart horribly here tonight. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate is split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. Legendary. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Alright, sir, in you go. Happy hunting. Hi-ho, Sheila! Fuck's sake, what is wrong with me today? Ugh, wow, that bugged out real bad. But I really needed to hit the back of the throat. Whoa! You dare stun me? Get stunned back! One down, however many to go. I'm not gonna hurt these little earth spirits. They've done nothing wrong. I didn't realize that's what was making the noise because I'd completely forgotten it. Alright, you big clockwork goon. Feel the might of 5 levels your superior. That's that. I biffs 'em and buffs 'em and always outroughs 'em and none of them gets nowhere. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. Hey! Don't talk that way about Sheila. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Alian know the west is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. His tiny little shield is like smaller than a pot lid. It's like he's got a pog as a shield. Private Thane, what news of the Garleans? They did. Their raiding parties are no more than excellent. The Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plants are no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alian has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The rogue Dane, a lady with the large axe, 'twould appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would feel better about things if you would check in on her before you continue on your way. Well, something tells me we're going to get a nasty little visit from somebody. Ah, a formation like this, of course.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe.
I guess it ate its fill then.
I know. As Eorzea never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
I totally don't hold it against you.
And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood
Oh, good
friend.
cracks, good cracks.
Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed?
Yeah, it would have been hard to miss.
The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether. Which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade.
Which I can't do anymore.
I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
Hello.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
Kid.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath.
I mean, she is pretty, but I think she could use a different hairstyle.
Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales.
Okay.
And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
I always love it when opponents are able to
settle
do that.
down.
Just block with a single finger.
You must concede that I acted in self-defense.
Yeah, sure, that's fair.
But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydelin has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee.
Not really her.
Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken.
Ort!
Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
Well, he's done.
What did that bastard want with us?
I don't know, just to take a look at me, apparently.
Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious.
Ooh.
But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff.
Is that supposed to mean birthday?
Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff.
It's broken.
Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
You really just want to die, don't you? I'm not even going to use a move. I'll let auto attack finish you. That was a cat noise. That was a cat meow. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. Oh, yes, I also found out idle animations. So now I do those. How did you get here before me? Yes, it is in the solar. Uh-oh.
You two.
You won.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you.
I mean, on its face, it really does mean that I can't stop him from entering. Not like it could in the first place.
The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain.
Oh, that's cool.
My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on.
Yes. Old surreptitious.
But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
Speedy.
You will not harm her!
That one worse than last time.
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power.
It does seem to be missing a piece, though. At least on this side.
The horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings.
Oh, we could have used this the entire time.
How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Don't say that.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
I'm sorry, did she back in or was she sucked in? Now, why did he leave that there?
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Chrysalis. Oh boy. I hope this goes quickly. God damn it. So I can be off tank. The waiting game. Over the weekend, I cleared out a couple of duty-related quests, and I gotta say, I had to wait for quite a lot of them, even though they said like 5 minutes or so. It usually ended up being somewhere around over double that. And even then, it seemed like even when a party was together, I had instances where it was like one DPS said no, so the entire party had to start formation all over again. Like, the DPS, whoever's doing DPS and doing duties apparently are just like half asleep at the computer like I am right now. But worse, apparently. I could probably use this time to work on my samurai gear, but honestly, I'm just like thinking no. Like this could just happen at any time, and then it's a rush to get back to my paladin gear. Okay, we got the other tank and 1 DPS so far. Just need the other 3 and the 2 healers. just want to make sure if that actually, like, caused aggro. Ah, radius of 5. Good. I finally see that these things have what the ranges on these things are. Unfortunately, I don't think the character actually shows it. Or at least when I'm targeting an enemy. Yeah, at least for her, it's not showing anywhere, like, how far away she is. Which is what I liked about the Old Republic, in a way. Like, the longest range on any attacks were usually, like, the Sniper and Smuggler classes at 35 meters. And the closest for melee attacks was 4 meters. Basically, all the other ranged classes were limited at 30 meters, though. And it was easy to spot, or at least look at their portrait and see where, you know, how far they were, find their distance was. So it's like they do some sort of knockback thing. I'm a Jedi, I just use my Force Leap to get back in. So long as it's under 30 meters. And of course, as an American, I don't exactly use meters, but, you know. It still tells me something. Otherwise, I'm just staring at this black hole. That probably leads to the world that never was. I'm wondering if I should change my shirt color. Ah, the time has jumped up to 9 minutes. Wonderful. Yep, seems a lot of people are just asleep at the just asleep in their chairs today. It's like, I kind of get it, where it's like, at least as I understand how the pools work, you have to be actively in the specific ones in order to be chosen for them, I suppose. I'm just assuming. So yeah, maybe not a lot of people are doing Chrysalis at the moment. It's still really annoying. Ah, nice and easy. There we go. I did out of those like duties that I said I'd been doing. I'd been saving up my Allegan tomes so I could sort of get like these augmented Ironworks armor for the samurai. I think what I currently have, I think I can only afford a chest piece in either the head or the hands. Because honestly, this style of armor is like really cool. I like it a lot. It's tight fitting. The time has now jumped up to 12 minutes. God, where is Gray? Wish he was on. And then he could just run through this with me easy. with his superior level. Oh, great, now I'm the only one in the party again. Fantastic! I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. This is about as bad as searching for Operation group members in the Old Republic. Flashpoints you can find easily enough, although they'll almost always be, like, just Hammer Station. But, like, for whatever operation is in rotation, you'll almost never get picked, ever. Doesn't matter if you're DPS, tank, or healer, you just won't find anybody. And even ones that openly advertise over the general chat, they're usually ones that act like, must be properly geared, must know fights, must have done it before, where it's like, how exclusionary? Like, come on, you really expect anybody to know, any new people to learn the fights and mechanics if you don't give them the chance to learn? It's so damn stupid. Or even, or similarly, get the gear and mods to get that strong. It's just so stupid. It's like why operations are. I've basically done like so few of them. It's a nightmare to coordinate, and even worse to get into the party in the first place. Speaking of similar things, I've also opened up the Crystal Tower for me here, which said, like, it's basically 3 guild teams each that are probably about this party, 3 teams of about this party size each to go through that, and then, my God, that sounds like a whole mess. Just complete nonsense. Just does not sound possible. Well, the wait time's gone down to 9 minutes for whatever reason, but I'm already over 9 minutes. Whoa, that's surprising. Come on, tank. Thank you. This should be good for more Allegan stones. There she is. And there he is. Creeper. Pyramid face. Okay, looks like he'll be primary tank. Did that spark do anything? It didn't look like it did. Looks like they're running through balls. Oh, cool. We gain buffs from them. Yeah, enmity. Ouchie. Where'd he go? I forgot how wild this could look. Woo! Triple. Next action initiated will be executed thrice. Oh, it's already off though. I kind of like it when someone else is the tank. Oh my god, would you stop warping? Oh, here we go again. Gotta make them pop and pop with the sprites. Uh-oh. Healer down. Oh god. And healer's down again. Shoot. I missed that one. Oh no, both healers are down. Aren't they the only ones that can get each other up? Gonna have to be some extreme burnage. Every man and woman for their own health. No mistakes. I'm the only one up? Really? Ugh. I want to know what the hell happened to the healers. Double. Then we can do that too then. Maybe the healers should not be the ones that walk into the blast balls. Ah! I'm being batted around. I think I should stay back a bit. Thank you. I think I deployed that a little too early. And he did the double again. And he's upping it to triple. Boy, that other tank sure took it hard. Here we go again. Yeah, you get that. Oh no! Did we get the ball? Let's see. I'm ready for him this time. I was not ready. Now the medics are really going off. Who is he? Where are we going? Where is we? Ah, I see. Where? I don't see it. I guess we won. Oh. Yay! Victory! We really didn't try to catch her. I mean, that was a pretty big fall, you know. Could have really shattered the ankles. Man, they all left in a hurry. Turns out it was all in my head.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
How long have you been dying? And there be his soul. That sounded goopy.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, You will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. You sure we should do that now?
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Oh, it's working.
What trickery is this? No. No. Cannot. No.
He didn't sound all that angry about it, honestly.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free.
I don't know how to do that.
Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light.
By the power of Grayskull!
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
In that case, you touch it.
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall make you pay for your insolence.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now. The choice you made.
She's gonna die, isn't she?
There is life. Farewell, Eorzea. You damned old coot.
Oh, hey, Greg.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
Vawoosh.
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Now that's better. Kaboom!
Moonbreeder. She's gone.
Yeah, she is a dead. And so is he.
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead.
As far as we know.
This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
In the same spot you put the staff?
Minfilia,
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
Not really.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She's in the forever box. In a manner of speaking.
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
It did seem like she was slowly dying from that blast through the gut.
Does Eorzea know?
If he heard us through the
My
door.
friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not?
Could you stop speaking like that just for 1 second, Sir Francis Bacon, please?
Long ago, far across the seas in the Sharlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hither to the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Sharlayan behind, Master Louis gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered, and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louis I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louis hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence.
The shadow of intent.
Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louis' wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
Nah, it seemed like she knew. She finally figured it out.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louis' will before the end?
Yes, I'm pretty sure sir, he did. She did. He did.
The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her.
Find the peace within ourselves. No need for a cure.
Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
They could have been a couple.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Asians.
I need to do something for a quick moment. As I thought. And then the alert box. I'm moving you off my head. That's what I'm doing. It's test of the... Alright, fine then. You fail. F. F! Squish the alert box a little bit. I think that should do it. Sorry to interrupt this surely moving moment, but I just needed to do that. Get it off my mind.
Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Sorry, just still looking at it, and I'm not... It's nuts. I'm just gonna have to mess with it later. No satisfaction. Never have I seen Eorzea so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Sharlayan Manor to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. Let's see. Direct hit, critical hit. Probably determination. Speaking of, it said like I could get like anybody who hadn't completed that get like 100 tomes. Ooh, that's better. Now I can get myself like the chest piece and legs. As Moonbreeder was a native of Sharlayan, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? Nope. 'Tis a monument found in Rathfrost and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Ah, Corthus. Oh wait, no, it's just outside. My mistake. I'm surprised it's so close by. Yep, right way. Foggy. So many plasmoids about. This doesn't seem like a safe place at all. Oh, hey, it's got a funny shape on it.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder.
Yeah, I
Had
thought it
been
was
quicker
supposed to look like a scroll.
or wiser. But I was not. And you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it.
Get on with it.
And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Oh, what do you want?
Life for death. A fair exchange.
What are you, an alchemist?
Other bargains will be struck.
Stupid Spyro wannabe. Back to the house of the rising suns. Whoops, can't go that way. Too high for Sheila. Looks like fog and a thunderstorm. Got ourselves a fate going on here. Requires an escort. Oh. Bleh. Boring. I want to kill some dragons. Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me. As antecedent, 'tis my job to be a pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree? Sorry, but I have to disagree. I didn't really know her all that well. "'Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast." Sweetheart, please don't say it like that. "But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louis the Ninth, Moonbreeda, our fellows at the Waking Sands." I know I heard his name be said so many times, but still, it's just my insufferable way of dealing with it. And it brings me joy. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeated these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. Well, get it out of your system at least once. Ah, my shoulder! Ah, why does it hurt? Why does part of my middle finger hurt? My apologies again. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, toward the light of a new day. I'm sorry, let me just move out of the way. Never mind. Have you a moment? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. She is usually the bright and cheerful one, isn't she? Kinda ditzy too, honestly. Hey, it's Yuihime! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moan would tell me... Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. Moon. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. But when it lunges out and takes a bite of your snout, then you know it's an eel. When its jaws open wide and there's more teeth inside, that's amore. Eels are terrifying. The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you can maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Rathfrost. Rat he frost. Rat. Can't do it. I noticed that my armory, or at least my like gear inventory, has increased once I hit 55, but as far as I can tell, this hasn't, and that has me worried, honestly. You know what, might as well get what I can for a moment. Okay, we got Dumbo here. Alright, so let's get the most expensive one out of the way first. The Augmented Armor Cuirass of Striking. Works for Samurai. Proceed! Ah, nope, I was wrong. It's the pants that are the second most costly. In that case, I'll go for the shoes. Striking. And now for a little bit of magic. Okay, that did that. That's not right. Stop that. Probably not the classy way to do it, but you know what? Works for me. So I still look kind of coolly cyber. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade? I didn't know that such things existed. No. Eh? They've got you running errands now. Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Look, experience and money is experience and money, alright? Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it. And tell that Ada lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. I kind of agree with her. I'd like to see what, I'd like to see what her eyes will actually look like. Not that I don't have an inkling on who she might be later on. Oh, right, Wrath first. Going the wrong way. Autopilot is a terrible thing to have in a brain. Little babby strife, cloud. Amidst the plasmoids. Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. If only she just wore heavy armor like me. Moonbreeda loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows that I'm still thinking of her. Much better.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
What now?
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Finally, something exciting. Damn fog. Can't see them. There they are.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, you've reached Toys R Us help department.
We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Still feels like my eye is doing some weird things. You suck. Can't believe I have to do this. Well, with those eyelashes, Rowena is someone I would rather not deal with. I don't know, I kind of like her. It's a fish! That is one of the ugliest sharks I've ever seen. And I include real sharks in that. I think the fan can go off now. There we go. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Korthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Let me guess, the magic wards didn't keep the dragons back? I'd be shocked if they did. The envoy is here. Send the envoy! I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravanians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Aymeric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. I thought of a different Horde for a moment there. You have alerted the Horde! Sir Aymeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Korthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the Grand Companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. Especially not from the Flames. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well, I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does not receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Aymeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. See what? Which brings me to my final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. I I don't go by that anymore. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard's Sommer and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. Are you sure? You don't think it clashes with my current outfit? Fashion joke. Looks like they got him. Oh, wait, no. I don't know who's who. Oh. Now I know who's who.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
On the blood of our fathers, on the blood of our sons. She's still got Shiva in her?
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
I told him the wards wouldn't last. I'm gonna have to stop her beating Iceheart, aren't I? Back to good old Dragonhead. A highly suggestive name. It seems I was the swifter. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. More like what is a wing. Here they come. Finally, cool things are happening at last. Tenterhooked. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layers of Ishgar's magical woods. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections! I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Mother. Taking you to Mother. 'twould seem the heretic struck the first, and most telling, blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Aymeric awaits you. Ooh, we get to speak with Lord Harshavan again. I never get tired of that. Well, she's just running around out here with Daisy Dukes. Well, he's just having fun messing up the battle plans, apparently. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Someone's got a metal horse. Glad I remembered it was back this way. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphanod, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. Oh boy, here we go. Ding. I am totally spoiled on this guy, which is why I'm so certain we're getting, I'm getting such closer to actual content. May I present you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? It looks more like Onyx to me. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and thus may contend with any Dravanian. Is that not heretical? You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you're the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's designs, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanian share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Yes, yes, yes! Actual content! I'm so glad I watched you at this part, Gray, because now I know there is content coming! I can do it! Be excited! Get some levels! Things are happening! Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Korthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. God. Every time he pops up, it feels like Valkorion. And I really didn't like Valkorion that much. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The Eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. See what? But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber, only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the Eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Sorry, that one eternal bug just flew by, I think. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Korthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garleans' arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Korthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona? 7 hells. Ahem. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Aymeric. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danifer's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. Well, he doesn't exactly have time to be nice about it. Just gotta go right for the throat. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gate to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See what? Attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made in soon. That's better. That's a bit like the old me. Before proceeding, however, we needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. This endless talking. Two hours. Still, things are happening, things are going to happen. I get to kill dragons, I get to do more duties, more things, more complete samurai. Oh, I thought the hedgehoglet was named Nugget or something. That's alright. Yeah, the kids always come first. I absolutely do not mind that in the slightest.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Go ahead.
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
I'm gonna let it play for me. My water's already almost out. I could wait for the ice to melt some more, but...
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
And it tastes like dragons.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
More like dealing with my girls who gave the wife's
Shorn
new
of its
kitten.
walls,
Oh
the city
no!
will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
Oh no, poor kitty.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. path we now embark upon is perilous. But I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Eh, sure, fine with me. I don't mind killing some kin.
For those we have lost. For those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions, and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
His shoe, the bottom of his shoes still bother me. They look like they've got little engines or something in them. Ah, yes, we still got to deal with the mole. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah, he's actually got motorized Heelys in his shoes. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Whoa, hold up. I just wanted it going for that. I didn't think it would keep going. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Korthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray, brief Slaffborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions may prove unnecessary. Ah, before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompanying you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. I'll grab her and then I'll hold her under my arm. Carry her like luggage. We are rather close to Korthus, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go! I have 101 things to discuss with Slaffborn. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Korthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your calls to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse! Yo, dude, want to kill dragons? I mean, lady? Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Can't falter there. What's up, man? Got some more mole talk?
Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't one I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire up at the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? God's damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ulder. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Willard's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Anyway, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you.
Well, at least somebody's on top of the mole thing.
We won't know until we get that squirrel checked for rabies.
Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. I really can't blame any of them. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for them nights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. I can't tell that if that was a yes or a no. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I've pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Oh, he's just basically saying if he gets paid for it, he'll agree. Yeah, I suppose I didn't really say that much. There you are! So did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slaffborn's friends. We won't have the largest company of the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Hey, I like the clanking. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphanod. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphanod said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Promenade, sir? Shut it, 6-2. Oh wait, hold up. Don't need to go anywhere. Where was it again? There it is. Oh boy, the awning's back. Oh, Demon Box said it's a present for once. Isn't that nice? My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Ul'dah has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
What do you expect them to do? Sail over and shoot the dragons with their cannons?
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
Oh, that reminds me, I also went to Cartano. I think it was trying to introduce me to some PvP stuff, but I just was like, nah, not interested.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
There are many enemies.
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
Well, until you mention dragons.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
Do you have any better idea?
Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
This must be what it's like at NATO.
Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard.
I'm surprised she was there.
Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
She has not been paying attention.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
It is simply that she thinks of stepping down. Be right back. I think it's time I finally break out the Mountain Dew. Just enjoy the idle poses for a bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. And should be keep getting better as that goes through me. These idle poses are pretty cute. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Huntsman and Sir Aymeric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. It's hard to be the hero when politics are in play. Then the assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Ah, there was stone and now there's a steel? Man the cannons alongside the knights and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. I would have you and your adventure allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Ooh, that sounds like a duty is coming. And after all, give me my stones! I have to wonder, I'm paying guild every time I teleport. Who does it go to? Like, who is the guild teleportation tax collector? Three major castles that fell to the Dravanians: Stone, Steel, and Dusk Vigil. Ooh. Dusk being the weird one out, it seems. Ah, the wonderful Barrow Man. You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent? Then welcome! There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I have assigned the crystal blades and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. Aw, that's a little disappointing. I wanted to get into it immediately. But at any rate, egg. Come on, Scalies. Scalies. Assault Wyvern. I'm being attacked by a Yu-Gi-Oh card. A little bonk on the head. To Providence Point. Oh yeah, this place. This is a cool place. You missed your spit. I am Le Dragon Slayer. Bonk. Oh, a Horde Commander. Ooh. Big boy, big boy. Mine, 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 mine. Bonk. Ah, I just realized what I could have done. I could have shown off how I understand samurai. Shoot. And descend. Ooh, I was so close. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides! Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know that what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests upon us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out onto the steps of faith and prepare to meet the Horde. May the fury guide your blades. Uncle Amaric wants you! Yes, 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 yes. This is what I wanted. You know what? Why not give it a shot as samurai? Not that far off from my current gear, I suppose. Actually, I want to take a look. Nope, they're the same. Well, actually, my sword's just 1 point better, but still. Should be alright. Chrysalis, Steps of Faith. Oh, Dragon Doggy. Oh. Actual dog. Or maybe it was a fox. So as I've come to understand Samurai, I do this attack, and then I try to fill all 3 of these by using these 2, then these 2, and then this. All starting from here, at Hakaze. Oh, 8-minute wait time. So it begins once more. I know. The ranged attack I'll put here. The first sticker is a DOT, the second is an ace, and the third is a big single target. I guess this guy's also waiting. Yep, gotta be. He's got the same thing. I don't know if he's waiting on Steps of Faith, though. I should have looked at the player board for better samurai swords. Do I still have time to do that? No, I don't think so. Well, given the wait time, I might. Yeah, might as well read deeper into these. Let's see. It grants 10% more damage to Fugetsu. Wait, hold on. No, grants Fugetsu. Oh, Fugetsu is a buff then. Let's see. Gecko then comes off from Jinpu and grants Getsu, which I think is that thing. 150 when executed from a target's rear. Okay, so yeah, that one crap guide was right. Samurai do gotta do it from the back. At 50, the best samurai sword is the augmented ironworks katana you buy from Tombstones. Is it really? I never saw weapons there. I only saw armor, which is why my sword and shield are basically from player market. Let's see. Fuka effect reduces weapon skill cast time and recast time, spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay by 10%. So basically, that makes things go faster. The vendor to the left of the... Oh. Well, I'm willing to bet they're out of... But they're currently too expensive for me to get anyway. Yukikaze is just a straight-up attack. Also the name of a ship. Yeah, 32, there's absolutely no way I can afford anything. Still, my sword is actually quite simple in design, I believe. So I like it. Only problem being, I just don't have the jewelry for it. It's basically all just my paladin jewelry. I don't like the way that little Ultros looks around shifty-eyed. It's planning something. I know it is. Creepy. Ah. Eight minutes, currently at 7. Must not be a lot of people doing this bit. Which I find very annoying. Nice. Ultros is reaching out with his tentacles towards you. No! No! Don't you dare, you little creepy jellyfish. Eight minutes and nothing. Wonderful. You know, it's called Wind Up, but there's no gear on it anywhere. It's creepy. Well, I got another DPS at least. So that's something. But then again, the last time the thing popped up, I had no idea. There was like nobody. It'll be nice to be a semi-mindless DPS, though. Nine and a half, almost. I swear these people were faster, but earlier. Oh, now it's just me again. Like at lower levels, I'm pretty sure these got filled a lot faster for the first time. Yeah. Because you started as DPS. But I'm willing to bet it would probably take this long even if I was Paladin. Wait time's gone up to 10 and we've hit 10. Up, there's the surprise. Slay some dragons. I feel like I ain't seen a dragon that big and imposing since the Dragon God. demon. Dragon god demon. Hey, Barrelman's with us. Take a look. Midare! Setsuga! I can't remember the name of that. Oh, anyway. Let the Sakura petals fall. Gekko! Midare Setsugeka! We can't move. Now we can. I can't tell if we're doing all right or not. Okay, I think I get it. Kill it before it reaches, I think. Oh no, not one of those big turtle thingies. There's still a beast out there. I'm not sure I'm qualified to go out there and get it. That dragon, though, I can get. I think I need to get a little bloodthirsty. I think we're close. Nearly dead. We got this. Yay! We bled him out! This chess piece looks so good. Yeah, 100 of them. Yeah, sure, why not? You know what, since we were standing close with each other for so long, let's see. Do I not have wave? Eh, that'll do. And which way is the exit? There it is. Whew, that's a long way away. That was cool. The way of the samurai is fun. Get lost, you buzzards! The dragons! They're withdrawing! Victory is ours! At the cost of what? 1-2 wards? Why didn't you get involved, big man? One of Nidhogg's greatest champions slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this a battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Oh, never mind, I see he's been doing work. Mayhaps you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. Whoosh! Jumps away like Margit. The dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Commander, Yuehime, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See, see what? And the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray, let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with a proper courtesy. My Hakama is going nuts in this wind.
I too would offer my thanks. Through your deeds, we have achieved a victory of singular importance. Still got an hour left. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhaps equally significant, the Holy See, see what? Must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Astians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. I know you mean Vanguard, but still, it just sounds like you're calling me a bench sitter, bench warmer. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, you have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. You know, I'm really glad, thinking about it, I'm really glad I was not a tank for that fight. I don't know what I was supposed to do. Because from the looks of it, I would not want to stay in front of that big old dragon. Not in the slightest. My guess is just somehow draw the ads around. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilberg back to Ulda and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Ah, oh, Jesus Christ. Stop sending me back there! I want to stay and fight and kill dragons. While I'm here and while I'm sure I don't have enough to actually afford or anything, I might as well take a look. Right, I have the, what I'm using is the ironwork stuff. Yep, there's a Magitech sword, axe, claymore, spear, Jamrad Hars, what? I've got no clue. Well, whatever. Oh, it must be the book. Let's see. There it is. The samurai blade. Huh, it spins a bit. Oh no, it spins to unfold itself. That's kind of cool. Ooh, and that also unfolds a little. That's... It took so many updates in order for the Old Republic to have something like that, and this already had it so soon? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. In general, they're around 600, but the sword and shield together... together they cost 600. Well, alrighty then. I now have even more things to save up for.
Welcome back. Alphanaud sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me. Thank you. Oh, it changed my materia that I would get, because my class changed. Skill speed. You're loath to put me in more danger? I live for the danger! Psh, just a little wave. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ort. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurous contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All... Spit bubble. The fight, he constantly moves forward and all the tanks are there for R to keep the ads together. Oh, yeah, as I thought. Yeah, definitely glad I wasn't paladin for that. I did like spin slashing though. That was fun. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords. Get out! Get out! Many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? Ah, but mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Moonbreda, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse, but I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Party time! Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend it. It's okay. I like wearing this gear. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thoughts that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Something tells me she's not invited. Curious, I have never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? Maybe it's not Tataru! I don't know. Huh. She's not here. And it's not like she's ever been hard to spot. Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. I think I know what I should do in the meantime in order to like complete this this gear set and get the weapons. I should probably do well, as the Sister of Ash title may give away, I basically did all of the friendly Almaja ones quest lines. Maybe I should work on some of the others, like the Ixal, Start, the Kobolds, and the Sahagin. Should probably do some of those. It's mostly how I got all the stones for my paladin gear in the first place. There she is. Oh, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. Ah, you always know what to say. I didn't say anything. I'm glad we had this little chat. I don't understand her. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, but what with all the recent excitement, but you and Hime made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest, but I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is in fact something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Boulder and Cultinet have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors, and so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself, and others, more importantly. Oh no. She wants to learn to fight. Whoa, hey! Must have gone right between his legs. This is the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. No, not even then. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, Antecedent? Not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while on patrol, and I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind of course, be assigned to our party. Is that going to be me? My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. So the little one wishes to fight now, does she? That'll be funny. Oop, I got 2 to do. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say I as yet have been unable to do so. Now I realize that you are rather more than... Yes, I thought so. Yeah, I'll do it. The power to defend oneself? Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall earlier Eorzea mentioning she had developed an interest in arcanima. Just say the arcane, really. Mayhap she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Lominsa? Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtlessly unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll end up hurting herself or someone else. Alright, I'm your help. Yeah, I agreed. Opportunity to serve aside the Warrior of Light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, true, but our mission is the same. Separated by moms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. Whatever floats your boat. I know that face. That means you know something I don't know. To more practical concerns, we should have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit we shall be together every step of the way. He's a jolly old man named after a rock, ain't he? At last, the Scion's woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isam-Ha. Come, we are late enough as it is. Late for a very important date. God, this place was always weird. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then please stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Idare! Zetsugeka! Flowers cut. I see if we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Oh, shut up. Be glad you aren't bleeding. I feel like I should have gotten one of the others, and Cultimate or whatever should have gotten this one. Seems like he'd get along like a house on fire with him. And here where the snake molts. Supposedly. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Tree is down in record time. I like it. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps this should come as no surprise, as I am not to give in to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Where is he? Oh. Ah, I love being able to fly over things. Big tree. With some oddly cutie balloony spookies. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure our safety. What animal shall it be this time? Squeaky. Man, that's incredible. Took out almost all its HP. Oh, more. Really liking samurai. The data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Dude, did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? No, just some dead spirits. Stinking of blood and awful. Well, this is what happens when you have to go out into the field and ask someone to kill for you. I guess there's no mender around. Oh, there he is. I might as well. You chose to paddle in the ichor a while longer, I take it. Oh, screw you! Additional measurements? Why am I stuck with a dick like you? Escort me to Earth's font. The ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. I hate this man. Yeah, I'd call this man the least among us for sure. So long as it's just this, then I can leave him be. Things are happening. Things are finally happening. There's dragons. There's Nidhogg. Things are happening. Good things. Very good things. So what could possibly attack us here? Yes, yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measures taken near the end of the sixth astral era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else, something else? Something else. Oh boy, what is it? Oh no! The mole. There you are. Hori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a dog, but not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark or on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here. And so do I. So he didn't see it coming. No struggle, just a kill. Oh, no, it's one of those palanquins, I think is what they're called. Interesting pose he was in. You are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Yes and no. Wilred dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphanaud at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. A very big boy. Who would do this, and why? Let's see, durability. Reduce durability loss by 30%. Increase spirit bound gain. I'm going with the money. I better get to the tiny one. As quick as possible. She could be in trouble. Whoops. It is very lively here tonight. Whoa, hold on. Okay, I was about to say, this guy looking a bit like the soul of Cinder. I still think he does. Where is she? Oh, below. Not that way. This way. Ah, she got herself a longer coat. Yuehime, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru Taru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thub's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Must be back above. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you are acquainted with our newest member. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me. Why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. I see no reason for excessive warping. Got ourselves a musician playing. Wait, hold on. Nope, this is the right way. Ah, okay. Ladybug. Hate ladybugs. Or Azure Seas to Pirates Ports where she met her shining jewel. Yeah, she's just singing. Oh ho ho! Are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test, but we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? And away it goes. Carbuncle? Just off doing its own thing. Oh no. Arcanists really aren't able to fight without that? Well, that's a shame. I should have known you'd come. You needn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts, I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you and the others. You could always just keep a knife on you, though, and still stab people. Like so much is beyond you. Yeah, like things on high shelves. And middle shelves. I'm so mean. Ah, back so soon? How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Miss Thumb. Miss Thumb. Abysmally, as he may well testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have... Okay, that chain is going nuts on her face. Capable and good-natured receptionists in their service. Would you not agree? You are too kind, Mistress Thub. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Look, at the very least, just carry a knife and stab somebody in the ankles if you have to. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Wonderful, then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. What's she got in her head this time? Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. She hopes I will kill for her. Be careful of the sandbar. What fortune! I've already found one! Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. Well, at least I get someone with a more agreeable disposition. That's a big, funky water snake. Big water bomb. Ah, I didn't finish it. Dagnabbit. I'm a little thirsty for some blood. Yeah, I had a feeling that Lala was also on this mission. Yeah, he'll probably do better than I will. Well fought, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Flamen waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the scions in the laments and markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Start of a long-running joke, I see. How is she leaving footprints in the water like that? It's the sand beneath the water. Yeah, but even then, that's never that clear. At least from my recollections of being in the beach. Hold on, what was that? Golden beaver. Okay, they're having fun being silly. Back to the tank. Hold on, I want to see something about the... Okay, the experience bar mostly stays the same. Except the numbers change to be proportional. That's neat, that's neat. Welcome home. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa Laminsa? My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my requests. I am sorry, no doubt you have other matters to attend to, and we have already imposed upon you so much. Pray, take some time for yourself. I dare say you have more than earned a respite. After all, we will be most busy with preparations as the banquet draws near. Should other adventurers summon you elsewhere, perhaps now is the time to heed their call? You must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower. Oh. But that sounded like such a chore. Where do I even pick those up? Bah! I don't want to do it, Nat. I want to just power right on through. Oh, still here then. Very relevant to later, huh? Well, I'm not seeing anything currently at the moment that's asking for me. The east. Oh, no, that's just the leaves. I already got I already did the sands and the stones that they wanted for. And then it explained where it's like, oh, we got like you have to have like 3 different guild parties go at it to do it. And it's just like, what? Yep, this guy just does the leaves. $21.81. Nat. That's west. And I'm going the wrong way. Neither of us know our directions. Outlandish men. Let's see, seasoned adventurer. Skywatcher, hunter scholar. Slathborn. Wandering Minstrel. I'm not seeing anybody. Raids. PvP. Raids. Yeah, oh, I have Labyrinth of the Ancients, yes. Yeah, see, this is 3 parties of 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. This just sounded insane. Like, this is way bigger than anything the Old Republic had. Level will be synced upon entry, average, additional route unavailable, explorer. An alliance registration. And I'm not part of anything. Wonderful. Let me at least get rid of the Steps of Faith real quick. Well, I'm about 12 minutes out from closing, so it won't be tonight. Yeah. Hold on. Phone was forcing me. Yeah, I don't exactly have, I don't know. It seems like I gotta join one of those guilds. And I'm not sure if, like... Oh, really? I thought it said it... It kind of looked like it said I had to. Oh, maybe I just read it wrong. Unrestricted party requirements are in effect. 1 party member each. Limited jobs can I don't know. I'm not in the mental mood at the moment to understand this. Functions like a normal duty? Good enough for me. That's all I need to know. Well, I hope at least before next week I can at least get my gear up a little more. Doing some of the side missions for the Beastmen species to grab some Allagan. I'm sorry, his outfit is just so bizarre to me. Anyway, just to grab some Allagan tomes so I can get more of this Ironworks gear for both my samurai and also, I suppose, the sword and shield. Well, assuming they're actually better than what I bought off the market. Might as well make the comparison right now. Hello. Ironworks, please. Item comparison. Let's see. Well, what do you know? I have like 1 point higher in like 3 stats. So I guess that makes my sword better. And now for the shield. Yeah, I kind of just have different stats and for the most part with some of these. I got no clue which is really all that much better. Oh well, I might as well leave off with the fish folk then. So you show me your inventory? Yeah, sure. It's almost entirely ironwork stuff and then Noct and fending. As for the samurai, It's basically just the basic level 50 stuff with 2 pieces of Ironworks gear. I have not gotten any of the real samurai stuff for this. It's still my tank jewelry. Perfectly fine, as I thought. But, you know, I just want to go get those things for style. Because they look cool. Ew, Monkey D. Luffy. Gross. I figured it would be fine since, well, hard level limit on gear and stuff. Anyway, this is going to leave in here because it's faster. So yeah, that's that for tonight. I suppose that means there's going to be a lot of crystal stuff going on next week then. For now, that'll be the end of it. Please follow if you liked. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you, and may the forces of evil be confused on the way to your home. And I think might as well radar on. See if I can get something from him. Let's see. Or just gray. That works too. There we go. Oh, well. Bye.